Hey, what's going on? So, first off, I'd like to apologize for the delay in the roster review, but getting into it, this is for Let Qui-Gons Be Qui-Gon's Guild for the roster of Rule of Two. It's been a while since I've done a roster review. Life's been pretty insane. Anyways, so let's go ahead and obviously establish you have one Galactic Legend at minimum. And you have Malevolence. Do you have... Yeah, okay, so you have both. And you have Hux at 7 too, which is huge. So you have the biggest three ships, in my opinion. But let's go back to inventory. Okay, so you have one GL. That's perfectly fine. 6.8 mil roster. Quite a bit of gear 13s. I love it. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is organize by speed. Kylo doesn't really count. So Bosk is your fastest, which is kind of insane. Okay, first things first. The first few characters that should be the absolute fastest are going to be Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Bastila Shan Fallen, Thrawn, Resistance Hero Finn, Malik per se, BB-8 would kind of be up there-ish, Hoda, and Shaak Ti. So you don't need to have your Bosk relatively this fast. This is quite insane. I would say you're good at like 300. So for example, let's go to your bounty hunters. Okay, first off, first things first, I love your bounty hunters. This is the Yoink squad. You got double Zeta Grief, single Zeta Mando, no Zeta lead, which is perfectly good because you're probably going to put him under somebody else's lead. So you have the right Zeta. Let's see here. So he was 314 if I remember correctly. Jango 291. Boba 276. Mando 217, Grief 265. Okay, so for this squad to work, hypothetically, let's just make it simple. You're going against Night Sisters. You're gonna want Bosk fastest. Yes, you already have that check mark. He doesn't need to be exceptionally that fast. So if you reduce his speed to, let's say, an even number of 300, you could put Jango at 290, between 295 and 300, or even 290 and 300, with Boba following him. Grief Karga being fast is pretty good as well. And then Mando just, personally, I don't really know how to mod Mando yet, whether it's speed, damage, crit chance, because I haven't used him all that often. But I would probably change this to, I mean, you could keep him at this, but you could make him faster. You definitely want him to follow up. So for example, if there's too big of a gap between Bosk and Jango, then a Night Sister might go. So hypothetically, let's say Bosk goes and taunts, and then Asajj and Talzin go before Jango goes. He could get stun locked before he goes. So just a heads up there. But yeah, I'd probably run them between the speeds of 285 and 300, with the order being Bosk, Jango, Boba. Boba, I personally run a speed set on him, but you don't have to. So, all right. Clone Trooper, I guess, we'll worry about the 5. Let's go back up to 50 first. So depends on how you're using your Skywalker. I personally would make him a bit faster than plus 23. If you're using him for mirror matches or beating Darth Revan or GG, the stat lines of your defense and HP protection are good, but you definitely want him to have more speed than 23. So look for speed mods, not necessarily like speed, like the running symbol, but mods like this that have speed secondaries, it looks like you're focusing solely on protection. So I assume your gas is for Mirror Match or for Darth Revan or something like that, because if you were to mod your General Skywalker for a counter to Rey or something like a GL, you need him to hit extremely hard, and therefore you wouldn't mod him for defense. But it looks like I mean, keeping him for defense is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but just add a little bit of speed in the secondaries here. Yeah, so I understand you wanted 2/6E at defense primary stat, but definitely look for higher secondaries than flat defense, especially 62 is not that high, so careful on that one. But you want to find some, so the Mamba rule, MR, is a minimum plus 10 speed in each of your secondary mods for modding wise, plus 10 speed. 5s is full HP. You get speed, health. That's a good 6E choice because it's got 16 speed. 14. See, yeah, I'm in MR here, but you can fix that. This is pretty well modded 5s. I do like full defense too, so I would recommend either, in my personal opinion, I would say 4 defense mods, 2 HP with health primary stats would be my opinion. Because defense, his base armor is exceptional. So that'd be my recommendation. Just checking the recording, that would suck if I wasn't. Okay, Rex. Speed and speed. Okay, 140, that's beautiful. Yeah. No need to change anything. Even though you don't have a matching second pair for mods, this is perfectly good. 300 speed is really nice. Plus really healthy. Yeah, don't change a thing. This is a good 6E mod too. Rex is gorgeous. I know Echo doesn't need speed at all because he's going to be assisting with the copy that unique. But I mean, you still want him to take turns in order to throw his grenade and stuff. So give him a little bit more speed. That's a good mod. Yeah, try to find some more speed in this one. I do like the 101% offense though. And the 120. So but it's offense percentage. I see what you're doing here. But try and find a little bit more speed with these. If you can't, it's fine because I see you have a ton of damage. So if not, you're fine. Alright, Ahsoka. It's a lot of offense. Dude, that's a fantastic mod for SLKR. I'm curious what you have on Kylo for if this is on your Ahsoka. That's beautiful. Anyways, yeah, this is fantastic for Ahsoka. Crit damage. Oh, I know you like the offense, but of course, speed is pretty critical in the secondary stats. I know she gets 50 extra speed with her unique, but still. Changes to offense percentage on the primary stat. And then, yeah, you can slice this to gold, or to yellow, and then up to gold, regardless if it hits speed or not on that 4th roll. And then try to find higher speed than 3. Yeah. Okay, so what I do recommend having Arc faster than Rex. It's actually pretty easy to do because Arc's base speed is higher than Rex's. So you can actually, you don't need to give him even a speed set. If you do need to give him a speed set, go for it. Just give him like offense primary stats here, because remember, crit damage is it's cool on him, but his turret scales on his offense. So you do want to give him an offense primary stat on these 3. So but try to get him 1 speed faster than Rex. Therefore, there's a lot of benefits to it. If you are curious on why, you can request some more information. But yeah, try to get arcs faster than Rex. Droid will go over when we hit Separatists. Empire. Let's check out your Thrawn. Okay, 122. Speed 2. That's a lot of defense, dude. 11.5% defense. That's insane. He doesn't. I mean, I'm curious if you put this on him for the speed secondaries or the primary stat of crit damage. Personally, I prefer high speed secondaries, but protection percentage on the primary stat. Same with this, protection percentage on here, and then protection percentage on here. And overall, that's a beautiful mod. Anyways, overall, I would recommend 4 speed mods and 2 HP mods. And if you do have, this is an if, you do have a high speed secondary stat that has a critical avoidance primary stat, this I like to give Thrawn critical avoidance on the primary stat for his arrow. If not, speed is perfectly good, of course, because you want him to be fast. I'm talking you need like plus 20 speed or higher on the secondary stat. But yeah, protection for sure. You want him to be pretty tanky and survive long. Vader, speed, crit damage, potency. Let's see here. 120 speed is gorgeous. You have 85% potency, 61. Okay, so the goal with Vader is to try to get to 75% crit chance. And I think it's 100% potency, if I recall correctly. It's very hard to do, but that's the goal. Because when you have Merciless Massacre, you're gaining 25% crit chance, so your 75 goes to now 100. And then a potency, just 100% is a good benchmark that a lot of people have set. So, yeah, but other than that, beautifully modded Vader. Palpatine, speed and potency, pretty tanky. I like it. Protection, potency and protection. Yep, good. Good. Probe droid, speed and potency. Nice. Yep. Alright, the rest are pretty much imp troopers. I'm not gonna really go over Ewoks, because they're Ewoks. Okay. Curious to see on your arrow. So you do have speed, but let's see, you have 123 speed. Okay, here's the kicker. I would actually trade some damage for health. Your Kylo is relatively squishy for his... That's why. Okay, try and get this to be an HP percentage primary stat. And if you want, you can keep the 4 offense mods and 2 HP set, but try to give him that offense primary with that high speed secondary that you had on Ahsoka, and see what your numbers come to. You could probably still be above, you'll be above 500 speed, which is what you want. So, but what you want to shoot for is around 125,000 HP, speed above 500, and offense relatively above 11,000, which you easily have right now. So, yes. Also, I think you could hit 13,000 offense, maybe. I think if you put that offense primary here, you might actually hit that. Let me know what you do hit if you put that on him. Okay, Kylo. Probably faster. 209 speed isn't all that good. Okay, so you have critical avoidance. HP. Okay, so try to avoid... I know you like the primary stat bonus between... Was it 5% to 16%? Something, I don't know, something ridiculous. But that 4 speed really hinders the amount of times that your characters can take a turn. So try to be patient on 6-dot modding things that are not below like plus 12 or plus 13. I mean, all it takes is just farming a little bit longer. It takes time. So, and same with this. This one doesn't have any speed. I know he's a tank. I know this and that. But still, speed is king on almost every character, regardless of what they're doing. So, for example, your Kylo Ren Unmasked needs to get speed to take this out and use this, which is pretty big. And if he dies before he even takes a turn, then he's not gonna be able to use it. So I just find that pretty valuable. Yeah, same with this. So try to, yeah, you get it. Okay. Sith Trooper. Beautiful. Yep. Oh, dude, 20 speed. So if you need a character, by the way, that I might talk about later because I haven't gone through, if you need a character that has crit damage, needs speed, and a crit chance mod, you could take this off Sith Trooper, because Sith Trooper is one that doesn't need a whole lot of speed, although having an exceptionally fast Sith Trooper, I'm talking like plus 145 range, kind of hinders a lot of counters, but he doesn't need per se a whole lot of speed. So this is okay. Yeah, this is, ooh, that's a good mod. Okay, so even though there's no speed, well, I'm okay with it because it's above 150 offense. But again, speed. You can actually give him an offense percentage arrow too, if you wanted. Up to you. You can keep this. Honestly, you don't have to change anything on Sith Trooper at all. He's beautiful. Kylo Tenacity. I love Tenacity. Oh, I was going to mention that. You can mod him multiple ways. You can mod him for HP, defense, or Tenacity, depending on your mods. So that's all I gotta say for him and not Executioner, him and him. So I'm seeing a lot of speed under like 50, plus 50. You want to try to get at least like plus 80 or plus 70 on your characters, regardless of who they are. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so let's see. Let's go to Hux. Hux is gonna be relatively fast. Yeah, so that is a fantastic Hux. Would not change a thing. Yeah, I don't even have to look at his stats. It's healthy, it's fast, it's good. Fox Relic 7, dude. Oof, dude, that's a beefy Hux. Or not Hux, First Order Executioner. Health, again, I would recommend speed, definitely in the secondaries. You're curious what you could improve on? Speed in every single mod secondary. Every single one. Like here. Speed, everything. I mean, you could have the best stats in the world on everything else, but your opponent's gonna run laps around you when it comes to speed. So that would be the kicker. All right, then let's go to Galactic Republic. Okay, so speaking of speed, there are characters that do not need speed. It also depends on how you're running a certain counter. So your Padme can either be fast for a general counter, or it needs to be very slow for a Darth Revan counter. So that's the first thing I'm going to look at. So it looks like you have a Darth Revan counter. So this is fine. I wouldn't change a thing if this is your Darth Revan counter. If it's not your Darth Revan counter, then she needs more speed. But if it is, you're fine right there. GMY. Definitely more speed. I know he gets a ton of TM from his kit, but still you want him in the plus 80, 90, or 100 range, even with those offense sets. Especially if you have a speed here. So crit damage and speed. This needs more speed than 6. This needs more than 5. This needs speed in general. I know 116 is cool, but also speed is awesome. And then more speed than this. I know 163. Still. This is a maybe. But he needs more speed than 53. GK full HP. Fantastic. Yep. Make him faster than Padme though. If this is your Darth Revan counter, you want Padme to go last. This is 219. Padme was 223. So yeah, you need Padme to go last. Yeah. Speed, crit damage, offense. This needs to be offense primary stat for sure. Other than that, more speed. I know 138 is really cool. I notice you like your offense sets, but in my personal opinion and my experience, speed is more important than offense. So yes. Let's go with Ahsoka. We already went over. Shakti. That's fine by me. Healthy and fast. Arc we went over. R2D2, health, yes. But also you need him fast. Like 280 range, 270 range is what you want. Personally, I would recommend a speed and HP set with health primaries on these guys. That's what I would recommend. 3PO, speed and potency, yes sir. Yes sir. Yep. You're good there. He's basically 282 because he has plus 20 speed on his unique. So, Zara's full HP. Yep. More speed though. I know she gets passive TM, but imagine speed plus the passive TM. I think that's something to point out. Like a lot of people I've talked to think that they get passive TM, so I don't need to add speed. But imagine having speed plus the passive TM. That's so many turns that you can have, rather than just relying on the passive TM. Geo Brood, 126. That's gorgeous, dude. Yeah, you're good. Maybe add a little bit more crit chance if you can, because he dispels on a crit. But other than that, yeah, you're good. Spy. Offense is good. Let's see here. Speed, crit damage. Offense. Yeah, try to find a speed secondary with offense if you can. After that, you should be golden. All right. Just curious. Better than mine, bro. All right, Jedi. So we did go over General Skywalker. Jedi Knight Revan. Definitely faster. You want him above 300 speed, preferably around 310-ish, if you can. And I would recommend actually just making him kind of tanky. He is a utility leader that makes his team around him much better. He himself is not entirely the damage dealer. So I would recommend an HP percentage primary, potency primary cross, so when you do direct focus you're actually hitting the stun, and then HP percentage here, so you can redistribute his plus 23 speed to somebody else who needs it. Jedi in general, except for General Skywalker and Jedi Knight Luke, actually let me rephrase that, it's basically only Jedi Knight Revan and Grandmaster Yoda that have terrible protection pools. You could have them at plus 80% protection, and it's going to be like plus 30,000 protection. You could give them plus 30% HP, and they'd get like plus 40,000 HP. They benefit from HP more than protection just because their protection pools are so little. Like look at this. you have 2,000 added protect or HP, but he's got 50k HP, and you have 10,000 added, and he only has 29. That's because you have protection here. I'd recommend HP percentage on GMY and Genet Revan, just because of how CG created them. We've gone over the rest. Let's see. Probably a little bit faster. You want her in the 225 range if possible. Not everybody has the mods for it. Jolie, full HP, 96 speed. Do not change a thing. Actually, you could technically make this an HP percentage primary if you wanted. Up to you. HP. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is just gorgeous. All right. So full, let's see, before I start, all the Night Sisters, when they die and revive from zombie and stuff, they don't have their protection back. They only have their HP. So all of their secondary stats and secondary mods mean, like, you have a set of 4 and then a set of 2. They all should have an HP set as one of the secondaries. Except for Asajj can have crit damage and crit chance. Spirit can have offense, crit damage, or, offense or crit damage, and then crit chance is that secondary. But I think Talzin, Daka, and Zombie should have a lot of HP, and then the circle should all of them. The circle should be a primary stat of HP. So, like this thing. I'm glad you have it on the first one we checked. We're good. So crit damage, crit chance. This looks so far beautiful, yeah. So Asajj is good. Health percentage, all HP. Try to get a little bit more. Crit avoidance is amazing. I do like it. So since you have that, okay, this can be changed to an HP percentage here. I know tenacity is pretty sweet, but I would do HP percentage. And I would do offense with an HP set for her instead of tenacity, personally. Then let's go Spirit, offense and crit chance. You definitely want her faster than plus 68. You want her to be in like the plus 105, 110 range. She benefits a lot from speed. It looks like you have a potency cross, so I'm probably going to be clicking on. You definitely want an offense cross, mainly because she hits so freaking hard and has 100% offense when she has foresight, and she ignores armor. So offense is just so key on her. Pretty dang spectacular. Dude, slice this. Plus 12 at blue is insane. Plus, oh, bro. Okay, first off, it should be health primary, but slice this bad boy up. I mean, it's plus 13 at blue. That's insane. All right, and then zombie, speed and HP. Yes, sir. HP. Yeah. Okay. You're on the right track there. Let's see. Mission, beautiful. 83, high offense, beautiful. This is gonna be. That's nice. Of course, you already know my mom rule. But on mission, okay. So here's what I recommend. Let me go over Zalbar really quick, and then I'll discuss what I was gonna say. So Zalbar is a character that does not need speed. So 28 speed is perfectly okay as long as he's crit avoidance. This should be probably protection. The reason why I say protection instead of HP is because all the dots that you get, say at the very bottom, Zalbar mission recover 10% protection for each dot on enemies. So that's why I prefer protection on mission Zalbar. Okay, so what I was gonna say there should be a priority of modding. So let's say, you know, oh, which factions should I mod the best? Then the next, you know, faction gets the second best mods, and the third faction gets the third best mods, and so forth. So hypothetically, your the SOKR team doesn't necessarily need your absolute best mods. It's already such a freaking overpowered team just because of the kits and how CG made the SOKR too good for the game. Him and Ray are too good for this game. They should not have been that OP. Anyways, I think Darth Revan, Gas, no, not really Gas. I'd say Darth Revan, your Vader, your Jedi Knight Revan, your Padme Grievous, and some of your bounty hunters and Traya stuff should be highly modded well. Then things can trickle down. But I think the Darth Revan team itself, with Darth Revan and Basil Shanthalen and Malik, should be modded the best of your whole roster. SOKR should get your best offense and HP mods, with Hux having one of not the fastest, but one of your fastest sets. I still think either BSF or Darth Revan should have your absolute fastest, and then everything else trickles down after that. CLS should have a good set too, not just Commander Luke Skywalker, but the whole CLS team. Anyways, all right, Rebels. I personally would recommend speed on him, speed in HP, or speed in crit chance, or speed in potency. I really like speed in potency. Potency for this, for sure. And then with an offense, I would recommend offense primary and offense primary here. And you can get rid of this potency primary stat because you're going to have a potency connection with it. Let's see, Chewie. I actually would recommend full tenacity. The reason for this is because if he gets dazed, yeah, they're kind of screwed because of the daze, and he can't assist and therefore. So I'd recommend full tenacity with, I mean, he does damage, but I would recommend protection on all three of these, just because you want him to survive. So I'm also stoked to see Ahsoka Tano gear 12 with the Zeta. I personally have her gear 13 with the Zeta. I haven't found a huge use for her, so if I do find one, I'll let you know. But other than that, Rebels are just standard for now. You're working on Chewie and 3PO. Well, I would recommend not putting Zetas on gear probably 11 or less, or 10 or less. I'd probably hold off on putting Zetas on 10 or less because it inflates GP on places you don't need it to be inflated yet. So just for future, I mean, she technically you're fine with her because, okay, these two are good exceptions because 3PO and Chewie gets a ton of stats from his team, so he's going to be pretty beefy, even 4 stars gear 10, and she can't be hit damage, so I guess you're fine there. So never mind, I'll eat my own words. Resistance, you're almost at Rey. That's what it looks like. You're almost there for Rey. JTR is modded pretty dang well. Where's the potency? I would probably move this to a potency primary stat. You definitely want her to land those mind tricks. And this offense percentage with 22 speed, which is insane, can go to somebody else who needs it. And then definitely higher speed than 4, higher speed than 7, higher speed than 5. 10's okay. So that's what I'd recommend. BB-8 should be 300. Yes, okay, you at least have 300. That's all the minimum you need for him. Nothing to change there. We already went over R2 and 3PO. Holdo. Looking good. Beefy. Finn's looking good. Beefy in damage. resistance 0 Poe. But I would recommend more speed. I give him a... I mean, he hits so stinking hard. His sets are good. I would give him more speed though. 12, more than 5. And more than 9. That's what I'd recommend. Your vets are pretty decked out too, dude. Pretty decked out. That was a freaking 2200 offense I saw. That was a lot. 22 extra 100. That's insane. All right, scoundrels. Where's your nest? First thing I'm gonna look at. Slow and tenacious. I love it. Offense, yep, beautiful. Crit damage, beautiful. Tenacity and HP, yep, you're good. This is a character that you don't want any speed on. All right, the rest. Let's see, L3 we haven't gone over. Defense. Let's see here. Defense, protection, defense. I would give this to protection, or keep it and make 2 of these mods HP percentage mods. Newt, speed, and potency. Probably get him a little bit tankier. So probably protection or HP here, protection or HP there, and probably protection here. Other than that, you're pretty much settled, dude. Pretty decked out on your scoundrels. You got Young Han Solo Year 12, Embo, Stormtrooper Han, Candyman, Kira with the Zeta. She's a gear whore. From 11 to 12 is insane. So insane. You're working on Cara Dune, I see at the bottom. Young Lando. So you must be ready for Captain Han, or not Captain Han, Jedi Knight Luke, because you got Captain Han Relic 3, Lando Relic 3. Let's see, let's go back to Rebels. Yeah, 3, 5. CLS is, yeah. Relic 3 is the minimum, if I remember. Yep, Rebel, yeah, so you must be ready for Jedi Knight Luke. Same as me, dude. Okay, Grievous. Full HP, basically 150k with a critical damage triangle. It's beautiful. HP. What was the speed? 63. You could probably bump that up a bit, dude. Yeah, here you go. Try to get him some speed right there. That's juicy. So speed on this one and this one would be your room for improvements. B1. I personally recommend a speed set on him. Offense is pretty juicy. I used to run offense, but having him go at the very, very, very beginning gives some turn meter to your team. So you could do one of 2 things. You can keep him where he is, which works perfectly well, works perfectly good. I have nothing against it. Or you give him a very fast speed set. So either one. Offense, yeah. You can keep that if you want. It works really well. So DDK is just a high damage dealer. You can either have him very, very, very fast, so he rolls up very quickly, or you can have him very, very, very slow. Or you can keep him where you are. I mean, you can just throw whatever you want on DDK as long as he has a lot of offense, in my opinion. 126. So Dooku, he doesn't necessarily need to be that fast. You can get him down to 300 and give these higher mods to people who more important characters. And more important characters would be, like Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan or BSF or all those characters. So defense and HP. He's tanky. Oh, I missed B2. Where's B2? There you are. So my rule is, okay, so you almost have the rule. So I like to do 100% both tenacity and potency. So try to add some potency somewhere. Separatists do have stacking potency, but I would like to recommend starting at 100% both, if you can. Want speed, and try to fix that crit chance mod to a health mod and you'll be set. This one is the one I'm talking about. I think we're good on this. Alright, Sith, my faction. Full tenacity. Okay, so there's several ways you can run him. Looks like you're running him full tenacity, very tenacious boy. Nothing wrong with this. And yeah, I had nothing wrong with that at all. Darth Revan, okay. 310, and then your BSF 308. So I don't know which sets are your absolute fastest, but I would try to make them 2 as fast as you can. Like very, very, very fast. Those 2 should have your 1 and 2 sets. So yeah. 86. Critical avoidance. I love it. Thank you. Critical avoidance. HP. You can eventually 6-dot mod that. You can change this to actually HP. You just need her to survive. That's all you need from Traya. She's a utility character. She can hit hard, but she's mainly there for utility. Scion. Let's see here. Too slow in my opinion. I think he needs to be a lot faster and not as much tenacity. HP percentage, yes, but way more speed than 4. He needs to have a health percentage here with minimum 10 speed. This is a great mod. And I would like more speed in the secondary stats before 6-dot modding a crit avoidance arrow. Nihilus, he's kind of a character you can mod however you want, technically. Sass, dude, I'm stoked you have her relic up. I love Sass. I've talked about her so much. Really stoked, dude. Honestly, this makes me happy. This makes me really happy. Oh my goodness. Marauder, crit damage, crit chance. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Crit damage, offense, but definitely needs some speed in the secondaries. That's a beautiful mod. Sith Trooper, I think we went over. Yeah, we did. Now the last one is HK. Honestly, I'm at the point where I just throw stuff on him because I never use him really. But offense, yeah. Yep. Sith Trooper, full defense, by the way. So you're gonna want a defense primary, and protection. You could do 2 defense primaries and 2 protections, actually. I'd recommend that. So of the 4 on the 3 on the right and the 1 bottom left, those 4 mods have 2 defense percentage and 2 protection. All right, so overall, let's go bottom to top. Keep working on Cara Dune. Let's see here. The rest of these characters are pretty much non-existent. 3PO and Chewie, keep working on his gear. Same with Mon Mothma. Same with Mando. Mando's going to be important soon. Let's see. Okay, so we're getting to this part. All right, so characters I would... let's go back to that. So characters I would now take up to gear 13 that you have gear 12. Sith Empire Trooper is a great option. Tankiness and can survive some more hits for some counters. You're gonna have to do him for Rey. Shore Trooper's a great pre-taunting tank. Hint at your mods. Missing one. So yeah, I would recommend Shore Trooper. He's a great pre-taunting tank. This is for gear 13 options, by the way. If you have the time and effort, if, this is a huge if, your troopers. Yeah. And then, of course, you're going to want him to be exceptionally fast if you're going to invest in troopers. Stark. But, I mean, you have most of them gear 12, so up to you. You could bring them to gear 13 for another Night Sister counter, or like a like a medium B tier team and lower counter. So you already have the Veer Zeta too. Keep working on Grief. You don't need to bring Kira up. She's gear horror. You can keep her at 11. Definitely bring Want to gear 13. Huge bonuses from Want. Old Ben, Resistance Hero Finn, Xeris, Newt B2, regular Bastila, Talzin for sure. HK keep it 12. Those would be my gear 13 recommendations. Zeta recommendations would be nothing here. I think you have pretty much every single Zeta that I'd recommend. Not gonna lie. Ones you don't have that I would highly recommend are so far none. You can just hoard the Zetas, my friend. You've got the necessity ones. I mean, you probably could do Old Ben's second one. This one. It's an option. Other than that, I don't see a Zeta you're missing that's vital. I mean, Old Ben's is not vital, but I mean, of the options that I'm looking at, that's the best one here. Oh, you're missing a CLS Zeta, but I mean, I only have one Zeta on mine. Mine's not even the lead, so you have more than me. But yeah, I mean, for literally only if you have options and you want to throw something out there. Other than that, you're good, man. Fantastic roster. It's just basically I would recommend highly focusing on farming for mods with +10 speed or higher and applying them as much as you can. Honestly, that's my biggest recommendation. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll be happy to help.